I'm so surprised. What's happening? Joshua has lost his first pro fight to Andy Ruiz Jr. via knockout or TKO because Joshua got beat on his feet. Um, I'm surprised, but at the same time, I'm surprised that he got beat the way he got beat. But at the same time, I was talking about boxing with my friend the other day, and one thing I said was, if any of the three heavyweights are going, the top three heavyweights are going to lose first, it's going to be Joshua. It's going to be Joshua because Joshua fights people who are more difficult. Like Wilder fought Ortiz, which is a great fighter, but I mean in terms of Joshua fights, Joshua's not going to fight a Tom Schwartz or Brazil, who are just sort of easy guys to hit. You get what I mean? Joshua was fighting a Ruiz who's coming to fight. He's coming to you. He's got the tight defense. He's coming to you. Got quick hands. He's coming to you. He fights a Parker. He fights a Dillian White. He fights. It's just, if you got through this fight, he's going to fight Usyk. He's going to fight hard fights. Joshua didn't ever take easy fights. Before I get into play-by-play, one thing I have to say, actually, let me get to play-by-play first and I'll get into what I got to say at the end. So, it was in the third round, Joshua left hooks Ruiz and dropped Ruiz, and Ruiz was down. Now, before this fight, you have to follow me on Twitter, people. Before this fight, I said, Joshua looks nervous. I said, Joshua looks nervous. Walk into the ring, Ruiz in the back. I'm in the Hatman's group chat. People saying he looks nervous. Not a lot of people, some people saying, I was agreeing. Joshua looked like he was nervous. And in hindsight, I'm telling you now, as much as Joshua would like to act alpha and say, oh no, the Wilder fight doesn't really play on my head. I'm telling you now, the Wilder fight played on his head. The event played on his head. Being in a different country played on his head. He had pressure. Joshua was pressure on him. I feel like in this fight, Joshua felt like he had to... I think the Wilder thing is what played in his head the most. I think Joshua in his head felt like, I have to knock this guy out and look great doing it. I have to. He felt pressure. And one time Joshua had an interview a while ago and he was saying how he always feels pressure going every single fight, but it's how you handle it. And in this fight here, you can tell the pressure overcoming. Because when you drop to Ruiz, normally... Look at the Povetkin fight. Eddie probably felt pressure for the Povetkin fight, but maybe because it's his hometown, he felt more better in his Wembley, a big arena. Because sometimes, if you go from fighting a big arena of 90,000 people, 80,000 people to fighting an arena of like 20, it's so much smaller, compact. It's just different. And he knocked Ruiz down in the third round. Then Ruiz got up. Joshua went to him and started just hammering him. Joshua doesn't ever do that. Like I said, Povetkin fact. Joshua, after Povetkin went down the first time, Joshua took his time, threw a jab, and came over with a right. And that's how he beat Povetkin at the end. Against Ruiz, I don't think Ruiz was fully hurt. I think Joshua might be able to knock him out, but Joshua didn't use his space. He came right in the pocket and started swinging with him. And Ruiz wasn't fully hurt. Normally, AJ would jab you to see if you're really hurt or if you can continue or not. That's what you're meant to do as a boxer. If someone's hurt, don't just jump in because you never know if it was a flash knockdown or if they're hurt. Ruiz wasn't hurt. It looked like more of a flash. Because they asked him at the end what happened. He said he doesn't even know. So it might have just been a bit of a flash. He just got up straight after. And then Ruiz, I don't know what the punch was because I need to watch the fight again. Ruiz knocked Joshua down twice in that round. And I was so surprised. One of the punches hit him right on the temple. That punch ruined him. That punch. One thing I say about Joshua, he's tough. Because after this round here, he was gone. He looked alright in the sixth. I think he lost in seventh. He looked alright in the sixth and fifth. But he was gone. As he got down, his eyes were gone. Even at the end of the interview, because he was concussed, he was done. His head and his brain was so rattled, and you could tell because I was watching the zone commentary, and Joshua was asking McCracken weird questions like, what did he hit me with? What happened? What do I need to do? Joshua literally said to McCracken, what's he going to do when he comes out? Joshua's head was so scrambled at that point. It's a miracle actually he even got to the seventh round. Then he was boxing decently. He looked like he had his feet back in the sixth. Then in the seventh, he got clipped again. Ruiz pounced on him, dropped him again. Joshua got back up again. And then Joshua got hit again. He got back up. He got dropped again, got back up, and he was in the corner. He looked into his corner. I tell you, at this point, his head is gone. His head is gone. He's probably... Joshua's tough. He got knocked down four times and he kept getting back up and whatnot. Tyson Fury actually just said on social media that this type of stuff happens. Go on Tyson Fury's Twitter. He said this type of thing. Tyson Fury normally chatted shit about AJ, but I think I've always said Tyson Fury has two people. Tyson Fury, his character, the Gypsy King that he has on public. He probably has his real persona. I think Tyson Fury's real persona doesn't actually hate AJ. I don't think any of these guys hate each other personally. I think it's just more of a character outwardly. I think Fury probably watched that and went, damn. Because I think as him being a boxer, he knows not what it feels like to lose, but just what it feels like to get dropped and just come through it, because because when boxers lose, it's not nothing new. It happens in every era. Mike lost, Lewis lost, Klitschko lost early in his career. Vitaly lost. He had 2 losses. I forgot the second loss was 2 actually. It wasn't. What's the guy's name? He was what's the guy's name? The small guy. It wasn't. It was Chris. I forgot the guy's second guy I lost to. He had the braids. I think he lost the guy the braids. The black guy the braids. But yeah. One thing I was saying on Twitter was, a loss doesn't mean everything in boxing. If Wilder was to lose, or Fury was to lose, it doesn't mean the end. It's how you bounce back from the loss. And I know some inspiration talk about how you bounce back from the loss. Lewis said after his first loss to McCall, he knew where he went wrong. He knew what he did wrong. That's what Emmanuel Stewart said. Emmanuel Stewart said after the fight, Lewis came to him immediately and said, I knew I did wrong. Don't worry about it. Let's train. Let's go and do it again. I knew where I went wrong. Hopefully Joshua understands where he went wrong. Yeah, that's me everything. Floyd Mayweather implemented this thing into boxing where it's like, if you lose, your career is over. You have to be undefeated, 50-0. You don't have to lose, you don't have to be undefeated your whole career. Especially at heavyweight, when literally they always say 1 punch at heavyweight and that's it. No matter who you are. If you get hit in the chin or a temple, 1 punch and you're rattled, especially at heavyweight. Joshua saw toughness. I imagine all the Wilder fans and the Fury, I don't know about Fury fans, but I imagine a lot of the Wilder fans that's going to be screaming. A lot of money is still being wiped off the table now. Because Joshua was lost, he's gonna rematch with Ruiz in the UK towards the end of the year. Because Joshua just lost, imagine the Wilder fans going, oh my god, he lost. Because I was watching Nesta Gibbs, he had a live stream, I was just skipping through it right before I started the video, and he was excited. Yeah, Joshua lost. Oh my god, ha ha, ha ha, he lost. At the end of the day, like, I'm not happy that if Wilder lost, I'm more of a Joshua fan, but I respect all fighters. If Wilder lost to Fury, it's not the greatest thing, because at the end of the day, you're going to see these 3 guys fight each other while they were at their best. And hopefully AJ can bounce back from this. AJ was doing an interview afterwards. He was very nice with Ruiz. He shaked his hand. He even took a picture of Ruiz. He was very sportsmanship. I respect that of AJ. I respect that he was able just to be like, I lost, and he just took it. This is a bit different, but I watched MMA. When Ronda Rousey had her first loss, she didn't talk to nobody, and everyone takes it differently, but AJ just stood there and he took it like a man. He just said, look, I lost, and it happened. You just gotta move on from it. Like I said, all heavyweights lose. A lot of people on social media, especially the casual fans, and I get the shock because I'm shocked. And I understand the casual fans, oh, he's rubbish, he's this, he's not good. Like Charlamagne the God, I told you guys, he's not good, he's not this. Bro, everyone's lost. Every single, we got something about boxing, every heavyweight loses. It's extremely surprising, but nobody expected Ali's first loss. I think Ali's first loss was against Ken Norton. I think it was a split decision, and then the second fight, which I think Ken Norton might have won a bit, but it's what it is. And you're surprised, and you're like, what? No one expected Ali to lose to Ken Norton. No one expected Mike Tyson to lose to Buster Douglas. No one expected Lewis to lose to Oliver McCall. No one but it happens in boxing. It just happens. It's literally how you bounce back. That's the important thing. How you recover from this loss, because people. One guy was saying, AJ was exposed. AJ wasn't exposed. AJ was nervous. Like I said, AJ was nervous going to the fight, and he got over anxious. He stood in the pocket and started slinging with Ruiz. He shouldn't have did that. He should have just took his time. I think not really take your time. He didn't do that, and that's what the biggest issue was. Now, I feel like what possibly might be AJ's weakness now is somebody jumping on him now, because Ruiz just sort of jumped on him, and you kind of saw AJ struggle a bit. Man, I'm surprised. I might make another video to this tomorrow. Like I said before, I'm surprised. I still think AJ is a good fighter. We'll see how he bounces back, because we've seen AJ have hard fights. We saw him hard against like the Whites and the Klitschko fight. We've seen him have hard fights. So it's all in AJ's head how he's gonna bounce back from it. How he's gonna bounce back from his loss. It's just all in his head. It's up to him and what's come. It's gonna be a rematch at the end of the year in England. So we'll see how it goes. Congrats to Ruiz, man. Ruiz boxed a good fight. He had AJ in the back foot for the whole fight. And I get AJ started off the fight. I don't know, the first 2 rounds were close before the knockdowns happened. But AJ was on the back foot, which made sense because Ruiz likes to come forward a lot. And if you're fighting a come forward fighter, it's not sort of the smartest thing to do, come forward as well, because it's going to end up to become a gunfight. And that's damage to your head you don't need to be taken, and it's also risky as well. Again, Congrats to Ruiz for winning the fight. He fought a good fight. He took his time. He did it. Surprising, but he did it. Joshua also toughness. That's one thing I want to home in about in conclusion to be on the home in toughness. Joshua showed toughness. He showed that he didn't just quit. He got down twice in the third and twice in the seventh, and he kept getting up. He didn't just quit. And at the end of the day, he looked into his corner, and you can see his eyes were gone. And the referee asked him, "Do you want to continue?" And he said, "Yes." You can see it in his eyes. He was just beat. He was defeated in his eyes, but he said he wants to continue. I just think the boxer or the man in him just didn't want to just quit and go no. And I understand that. Even me as a man, I wouldn't like if I'm in a fight. I don't know about everyone, but I don't like showing weakness. No matter how hot I am, I'm always gonna go. Yes, I can go. Yes, I can go. Even though you can't go. But they stopped. It was a good stoppage at the end of the day because Joshua's head was gone. If it went on after that again, Joshua just got beat up because his head was completely gone. But yeah, toughness, losers happen. It's sad. The Wilder fights and the Joshua fights, man. I've always said one thing I've always said was I think Joshua beats Fury, but then Wilder beats Joshua because the styles. But yeah, the country change, the event. It's sad. That might make it be better tomorrow. I don't know if I want to watch the fight again. As a Joshua, one of my favorite fighters. So I'm not sure if I want to see this fight again in my eyes because damn. Ruiz fought a good fight. One thing Ruiz is really good at is Ruiz was really good at cutting the ring off. PBC have now all the belts. Obviously, Joshua has a rematch, but Al Heyman's laughing. I wonder what people at Wilder's thinking. I wonder Wilder's thinking, damn, he lost, or haha, he lost, or if it's like, shit, we could have made, if we made that fight, maybe we could have made 100 million, or if it's like a thing of Wilder was like, he's a boxer at the end of the day, and it happens, you know, because at the end of the day, any of these boxers can lose, you know. Do I think Wilder will go undefeated his whole career? Probably not. With Fury go undefeated his whole career? Probably not. With everyone's gonna lose, you know, at some point. What the only heavyweight boxer who we went undefeated his whole life was Rocky Marciano, I guess. He had like more than like 20 fights. It was like Rocky Marciano, I guess. Yeah, all the greats lose, man. All the greats. Klitschko lost. Vitaly lost. Joshua's now lost. Mike lost. Ali lost. Jack Johnson lost. I'm going back in the times. Joe Lewis lost to Max Schmeling. He obviously recouped it a couple of years later, but it was a bad deal. But Joe Lewis lost. They all lose. So Ray Robinson lost. He's not heavyweight, but they all lose at some point. Surprising, but we move. Maybe watching the video, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, please, because Twitter was I'm nothing a boxing community on Twitter, so there's a lot of interaction about boxing. So yeah, maybe watching the video. See you guys later. Peace.